think we'll ever get our service industry right in this country? I went into a shop to buy a pair of shoes, and it was one of those retail chain stores that employ a lot of part-time Saturday staff. All week. I said, I just want a pair of shoes, you know, nothing trendy, something that won't fall apart the first time I try and nail something into the wall with the heel. He didn't get the joke. I had a leak in the bathroom last week. Looked in the local paper, found up one of those 24-hour plumbers, no job too small. In half an hour, he'd flooded the bathroom, broke the shower and jabbed a screwdriver through his hand. I said, how long have you been a plumber? 24 hours. We can never get certain things right in this country. I mean, why is it this country is so blooming useless at tennis? Wimbledon's the same every year. We always get one British player who makes it through to the second round. The whole country goes balmy for 48 hours at the new British Wimbledon wonder, until they get beaten in the next round by the latest child prodigy, a one-month-old tennis-playing fetus from Texas. The British tend to be best at sports we invented. Football, golf, unemployment. But, of course, tennis was invented by the French, which is why we have so many French words synonymous with the game today. You know, love, deuce, volley, lesbianism. Found the level, have we? Now, I don't know what the facilities are like in France for youngsters to learn, but in this country, up until recently anyway, facilities have been pretty ropey. Most youngsters in this country rely upon municipal courts to learn how to play, you know, down the local park. And municipal courts are a far cry from Wimbledon. I mean, it makes for a different game. Boris Becker doesn't have to contend with cracks down the middle of the court he can lose his playing partner in. Yeah? They don't have to contend with that at Wimbledon. Everything's done for you. And the equipment they carry, nothing is left to chance. They've got rackets by the dozen, towels, plasters, hairdressers, vibrators. And whereas at the park we had to wait until the end of the game before we shared a bottle of lukewarm Vimto, it's every 2 games at Wimbledon. Then they go to that little cafe at the end of one of the nets. Where you can get a drink and a 4-course meal, yeah? And have you noticed how they guard everything at Wimbledon? I reckon at some time or another, somebody nicked one of the nets. Now they've always got a bloke sitting at the one end holding on to it. And 2 kids at the other end watching him in case he nicks it. They even guard the lines. I mean, they have at least 8 blokes just sitting there guarding the lines. They've even fitted the alarms on them now. Get anywhere near and beep, it's all up. And who'd be a Wimbledon referee? Having to put up with the likes of John McEnroe giving you a mouthful of expletives every game. Actually, there was quite an event in the McEnroe household this weekend. John came home and his wife Tatum said, "John, I'm so proud. Baby Sean has just said his first half word." "What was it, Tatum?" "Mother."
Oh, Mad Jack.
Oh, he's a mad and he's a bloody mad.
I reckon he's the maddest man in our village.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Totally mad, Jack.
Maddest bloke in the whole county.
Aye.
Mad, 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 mad.
He's totally, utterly and absolutely mad.
Not that it's a bad thing, mind.
Oh, no. It takes all sorts to make a world.
Oh, it'd be a boring place if we was all the same.
Aye, there's nothing wrong with ploughing your own furrow.
It's just that old Jack is actually mad.
No, no one here of that name. Quack, 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 quack.
We were just talking about old Mad Jack.
Look mad, he is.
He is.
Ah, Briggs, Louis. Been looking for you two.
You don't mind if we don't salute, sir, do you?
Got a call from Interpol. They want us to handle something very big. Very, very big. This will be the biggest thing I've ever had to handle. They're sending a special detective over from New York. One of the big knobs. Very hard, by all accounts. Best dick on the American force. Where are you, Louis? Can't you go?
Not when I'm standing next to someone in authority, sir.
Interpol have asked us to look after this New York hotshot for the duration of the investigation.
We can handle it, sir.
We know all about American cops, don't we?
Yeah, they all make donuts and have personal problems.
And they wear those sort of nice little, gun bras, don't they?
But this is no ordinary American cop.
Why is that, sir?
There's something about this particular detective you're not going to like.
What's that, sir?
Lieutenant Kowalski, New York Police, homicide. What's the matter? You never seen a pair of 38s before?
Not in here, no.
As I was going to say, Lieutenant Kowalski is a lady. Any problem for you, Louis?
Well,
Hey, listen, come here. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I don't want some pain-in-the-butt female reaching for the Kleenex every time the going gets tough. Let me tell you something. I'm not one of those women who sits around in the bathroom for hours plucking her bikini line, okay? I'd rather wrestle a crackhead than to go to some fag hairdresser to get my hair done. You just think of me as one of the guys. You get my meaning, big fella?
Any problem for you, Briggs?
No problem at all. I adore female company.
here we go again.
So, what's a pretty little thing like you doing in a big, bad place like this?
Briggs and Louis are at your disposal, Lieutenant Kowalski. You may do with them what you please.
Well, I've had tougher-looking guys color coordinate my apartment, but I guess they'll do. I can't help it!
Be prepared for a very hard week. She likes me.
Dave, you've got no chance.
Bob. I've met her type before. Hard on the outside, soft on the inside. Bit of charm, bit of the old romance. She'd be like putty in my hands.
Yo, sorry I'm late, guys. Just spent the night having some pretty good sex with somebody I picked up in a bar. Guess we didn't go in for sentimental farewells. Good ass, though.
So, you're not married then?
Married to my badge and my gun. What about you?
No.
Liar. What about Brenda?
Bob, hey, same old jokes, eh?
Who's Brenda?
His wife.
Dead, alas. Good old dead Brenda, my old dead wife. Dead as a dead old wife. Sweet old thing, you know, prettier enough.
Stow it. Don't want to know about it. I don't like to get close to the guys I work with.
Why? What we're going to do?
Don't you know about our special assignment?
No?
Ben, we're going to track down Carlos the Jackal.
It's not the
bloke you always see on News at 10. It looks a bit like, Tony Blackburn.
Yep. He's the most dangerous man in the world. He's ruthless, deadly, cunning. He's assassinated politicians in 25 different countries. He's got ice water running through his veins. And he's got a great butt.
What makes you think we're going to find him?
No. Checked into a Mayfair hotel yesterday, that much we do know. What we don't know is what disguise he'll be wearing.
Hello. Do you have a Mr. Jackal staying here? Carlos, the.
Kowalski, NYPD. Now listen, faggot. If you don't play ball with us, I'm gonna close this place faster than cockroaches in the cheesecake. Capiche?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
Slap him around. I'm gonna go check the men's room.
Oh, you heard him.
Slap him.
Come on. Okay, search his pants.
His what?
Search his pants. Try and find his weapon.
His pants? I'm not searching his bloody pants. It's your turn. I got slapped by the consul. You find his bloody weapon.
You just feel his fanny, for Christ's sake.
His fanny?
Stop. Hold it. There he is. The jackal.
Tony Blackburn.
Tony Blackburn, my ass. Cover me, boys. I'm going in.
No!
Brace!
Bloody hell. He was Carlos the Jackal all along.
Mind you, if you think about it,
He'd have never made it as a DJ.
Too bad. Great ass.
Evian natural mineral water.
I can't keep up with all the new words that keep cropping up in the papers lately. Hotting, chilling, ram raiding, job. Hotting is getting a GTI Golf or any other souped-up hatchback and roaring around a council estate looking for a policeman. I've noticed that kids don't go hotting in Reliant Robins. More like lukewarming, that, wouldn't it? I mean, a handbrake turn in a Reliant Robin is to wind the window down, put your arm round a lamppost and spin... A lot of the new words are named after famous people. Cash backhanders are now called doddies. Yes, I can wait, it's all right. If you lose a wheel on the motorway, it's a mansell. A Hattersley is a well-fed, flabby bottom. And the verb to kinnock means to talk through your Hattersley. Another new word you come across is ECU, the European Currency Unit. The idea is that eventually the whole of Europe will have a common currency. They got the idea from the Eurovision Song Contest. Everyone using the same notes. We've been reading a lot recently about Euro Disney. When I first heard it, I thought it was the new name for the European Parliament. Well, you know, it's a Mickey Mouse organisation with goofy ideas and all the MPs on free rides. Do you know, what I can't believe is that the Disney organisation have chosen Paris to site the new Euro Disney. I mean, it's supposed to be a happy, jolly place, isn't it? But how can it be with all them miserable Parisians about, you know? Have a nice day. Makes no difference to me. Then everything has got to be in the French language first, with an English translation, right? Mickey Mouse will be Mickey Souris. Snow White will be Neige Blanc et les sept petites. Donald Kennard. I can never understand a bloody word that duck says. Now he's going to be talking in French. What chance have we got? A most disturbing word you come across these days is secondary. You see, smoking is damaging to your health, so you give it up, only to find out that you can still get cancer and all that stuff from secondary smoking. Breathing in other people's smoke. Isn't that wonderful? Your best mate who smokes gets all the pleasure, yet you both end up side by side in the hospital. And what's galling is that you've got to listen to hospital radio while he's listening to the twin stereo ghetto blaster he exchanged for his cigarette coupon. What's the betting it won't be long now before we hear of secondary sex? Mind you, I think women will claim that's been around for centuries, won't they? Someone else gets all the pleasure and they suffer the consequences. I'm going for the spare rib audience here. Trouble is, new words are a minefield. Innocent words get hijacked to mean something totally different. Have you heard of cottaging? No. It's an innocent word, isn't it? Cottaging. Well, this is perfectly true. It actually means men importuning other men in public toilets. Charming, that, isn't it? I mean, so don't go asking your bank manager for a loan to start a cottage industry. God knows what a cottage loaf will mean soon. And how about bobbing? Yep, bobbing is a real word used by policemen in court to describe what prostitutes do to attract car drivers who are cruising round. He's like, hello, dearie. Looking for a good time? Don't worry about the law. I'm a close friend of the Director of Public Prosecution. Bobbing. It's going to knock Bob a job on their head, isn't it? Well, how about the song? When the red, red robin comes, bob, bob, bob. There'll be something throbbing. We better not. Until the age of 11, you can get by with a vocabulary of about 8 words. Mom, Dad, no, won't, can't, shan't, bored, Nintendo. But after 11, you become aware of words that adults use that sound much more fun than slide rule or Play-Doh. Things like legless, tandoori, copulating, and things like puberty and hormones that have to have their esoteric meanings explained. And I asked my father once what menstrual cycle meant. He said it was something only girls have, son. For years I thought a menstrual cycle was one with no crossbar and a basket on it. By the way, why does it take 3 ladies with PMT to change a light bulb? Because it just does, okay? kid, you're just fascinated by rude words. I mean, you get the dictionary out and try and trail one word from another, you know. Let's see. Cock. A male bird. To tilt upwards. Ah, cock, vulgar. A male member. You use it as a club? It's very confusing, particularly today with so many American words not meaning the same thing. They're like condo in America is a small house, but the kid doesn't know that. He thinks it's short for condom. His eyes pop out of his head when he reads the ad in his dad's Playboy magazine. Wanted, third male to share, small combo, pets welcome. I remember when I was about 9, and I'm sure you've all done variations of this. I heard my dad say he was shagged out. And I said, what do you mean, Dad? And he said, I'm sort of run down, son. I'm run down. I said, oh, what? It's another word for running? Yeah, that's it, yeah. Oh. So I came home from school next day, all hot and breathless and tired. My mum said, what have you been doing? I said, I've been shagging with Cindy Braithwaite.
Yeah, do you want a drink? Yeah, because I'm getting really pissed, right? I'm almost completely out of my box, right? Got some more apple ties. Yeah. Who are you going to get off with then? Well, I don't know yet, right? Because last weekend I got off with 3 girls, right? One of them was really old, 20. Right, I don't care anyway, right? Because I've snubbed all the girls in the whole school. What, in the sixth form? Yeah, and 2 of the teachers. Well, you snubbed Miss Hargreaves? Yeah. What, French? No, she teaches history. I snubbed the blonde one off of Baywatch. Never. What I got off with, right? I got off with, what's the name out of Darling Buds of May? What, David Jason? Yeah, she fancied me, right? She fancied me because I've got a motorbike. You haven't got a motorbike, I have, and you're sus, right? Because it's a really good one, because it's a Harley Davidson. Yeah, right. Yeah, well, I'm going to learn to drive. I'm getting lessons for my 14th birthday. Well, I can already drive. I drive my dad's car. What car's your dad got? He's got a Ferrari. He's never. Yeah, so you're sus. It's a really good one, right? Because it's a Ferrari estate. Right, you can do 160, but there's loads of room in the back in case you want to stop and get off with someone. Right, to the pub. Did you get in the pubs? Got into a pub when I was 11. You never? Months. I could get into an 18 film. Yeah, well, I could do that, right? Because I got into this really posh pub, right? Where you have to be 21, but they let me in, right? Because they thought I looked it easy. Right, well, I got into this shop, right? I got into a shop where you have to be 45 before they let you in, right? What shop? Littlewoods. Yeah. I like the music. Yeah, I don't like this music, right? Because I only like hard, like raw, heavy metal, right? Like Chesney Hawks. And the IMF and that. Yeah, well, last summer, right? Last year, I went to see Madonna. So, I got off with her. You never got off with her? I got off with her, and I asked her out. And then I went to New York with her, but I came back. Why'd you come back? Because I would have missed school. Well, I'm always missing school, right? Because I always bunk off. I always bunk off so I can take drugs. Yeah, well, I've taken millions of drugs, right? Because I've smoked acid. Where'd you buy it? I didn't buy it. I found it in my chemistry set. Well, that's sulfuric acid, isn't it? That's sulfuric acid. That's not a drug, right? I've snorted Vinos, right? I'm getting really pissed, right? Shall we try some lager? You shouldn't drink out of other people's cans because you can get VD. No, you can't, right? You can't, because you catch VD off of toilets. Well, you shouldn't drink out of other people's toilets either, right? So you're sussed. Anyway, I only drink shorts. What's that? It's like Guinness and Woodpecker and that. Anyway, this party's really boring. I might move on. I might go to a club or something. What, like Stringfellows and that? Yeah, I've been there loads of times. Stringfellows is a really good club, right? Because you can play table tennis and that. Or I might just get off with someone. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you are, mate. I don't think you're going to, because your dad's in the hall, right, with his pyjamas on, and he's coming to pick you up. Well, I better go, all right. I'll see you at Cubs.
This week week, we're going to learn how to become a veterinary surgeon. A modern vet must be prepared to deal with all kinds of sick animals. Tortoises who have lost limbs. Short-sighted hedgehogs. Yaks with dandruff. Laboratory beagles with smoker's cough. And even hippopotamuses with halitosis. To be a vet, an affinity with animals is essential. Dogs, for example, can smell fear, and this can cause problems when applying a general anesthetic. However, there are simple techniques which a vet can learn which will put a dog at ease and develop a bonding relationship. Before you know it, the dog will be your best friend. Some animals that the vet has to treat are dangerous. Reptiles should only be treated after they've eaten, as the process of digestion renders the reptile extremely docile. Vets who work in urban practices should be prepared to treat the most unlikely of creatures, since almost anything can be kept as a pet these days. Children often keep pets which you may find repulsive. But a good vet will never show his true feelings. Because you should always remember, you might end up dealing with an irate parent.
That's almost the end. On next week's show, we'll be looking at censorship on British television. No, we won't. However, we will be going behind the scenes at the BBC's Wildlife Documentary Unit at Bristol, and we'll be putting hidden cameras in their bedrooms, attaching tracking devices to their earlobes and making them all walk a tightrope to get into the canteen to see how they bloody well like it.